And with the Netherlands and Senegal, the champions of Africa, also in the group, there's an added pressure to get off to a good start here. Saad Al-Sheeb gets the nod to three-man central defence. Hassan El-Haydos captained the side to Asian Cup success 3 years ago and led the team again today. In attack, the creativity of Akram Habib and the nation's joint record goal scorer Almoez Ali will be key to their hopes. Daniele Orsato from Italy has the honour of taking charge of this opening game. He was on VAR duty in Russia 4 years ago. He also oversaw the Champions League final between Bayern and PSG a couple of years ago. The officials in the VAR hub are led by Massimiliano Irati. Hassan El-Haydos there, the captain of Qatar, is ready and waiting to complete the formalities. He's waiting for Enner Valencia from Ecuador. Valencia is the only player of the 22 on the field who's previously played in the World Cup. Let's look at Ecuador's team now. Hernan Galindez starts in goal in preference to Alexander Dominguez. The highly regarded 20-year-old Piero Hincapié of Bayer Leverkusen features at the back with Pervis Estupinian, who's in the Premier League with Brighton. His clubmate Moises Caicedo goal scorer. Well, it's been a long journey for Felix Sanchez with these players, many of whom he's coached for many years since their youth, come through the system together. Gustavo Alfaro, whose Ecuador's side have only lost one of their last 15 matches. They haven't conceded a goal for 10 hours and 6 minutes of play. Well, it's a moment of truth for these players, particularly for those of Qatar who all play in their domestic league. The big stage for the first time. All the pressure that comes with being the hosts as well. The 21-year-old star of the Ecuadorian midfield there, Moises Caicedo. And it's the hosts who will shortly get this match underway. We're just seconds away from the FIFA World Cup. Away we go, the first match of Qatar in the maroon against the all-yellow of Ecuador.
Slightly premature start. Of course, this game wasn't meant to be played until tomorrow. But I think it's quite right that the hosts start the tournament off.
Absolutely, and they'll be hoping not to become the first hosts or co-hosts of the World Cup to lose their opening match. 21 such previous occasions have resulted in 16 wins and 6 draws.
I think it'll be really interesting, actually, how they approach this game. And I think their best players at the top end of the pitch.
First touch of the ball here for Pervis Estupinian, but referee Orsato bringing it back. First stoppage for the challenge.
Challenges Pedro Miguel on this occasion.
And it's on Moises Caicedo as well, who really is the heartbeat of this Ecuadorian side.
Yeah, the manager, Gustavo Alfaro, has said that he's got the potential to be world-class.
Yeah, he's got a new partner alongside him in the heart of their midfield today, Jackson Mendes, who played for Los Angeles in MLS, because Carlos Gruezo, who plays his football in Germany, picked up a knock last week. He's quite a key player for them, isn't he? Does a lot of the hard work in midfield.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Gruezo.
Mendes is a defensive midfielder.
Just a sort of start Qatar were hoping to avoid. But what a beginning for Ecuador and their captain. Valencia now, their record goal scorer in the World Cup finals. It's the fourth that he scored, and it is the perfect start for the South Americans.
Well, it's been the Achilles heel of the hosts, defending set pieces and crosses, and they don't deal with this one. Ecuador keep it alive. And Enner Valencia is on hand, just a couple of yards out to nod it in. The goalkeeper makes a huge error, can't get back in goal.
It was Torres who was up from the back there, who acrobatically sent it into the middle, and a brave header from Valencia.
It was a brave header. Of course, he's the one with World Cup experience. Scored 3 goals in the 2014 World Cup, and he's added to that tally with another tonight. It's the perfect start for Ecuador, and the one that the hosts were hoping to avoid.
They are checking for a possible offside leading to that goal. That's why referee Daniele Orsato has yet to allow the match to recommence. Well, the first moment of drama, the goal itself, the second, the outcome as to whether it will stand. Anxious moments for both sets of players.
He doesn't seem too worried, Enner Valencia. Well, there you go.
And the goal has been disallowed. What a let-off there. It must have been close. Valencia doesn't have his goal. Felix Sanchez and Qatar have a let-off for this defensive mix-up.
Well, it's very tight, isn't it? When they win the first header, that must be where Enner Valencia's offside from the first header. Well, relief for Qatar, who thought they'd gone behind early in the game.
Collected at the back there briefly by Hincapié, and Ecuador back in possession. Here's Estupinian, who had a couple of great years with Villarreal in La Liga, won the Europa League in 2021 and got to the Champions League semi-finals with Unai Emery's team. Unai Emery, of course, who's now moved on, and as has Estupinian with Brighton and Hove Albion on the south coast in England in the Premier League.
It was a hectic start to the game.
Very.
I guess we expected that.
Here's Pedro Miguel. And the little flick forward chased by Almoizali, but he's always very much third favourite to get to the ball there. And Galindes, quick to roll it back in, and I think we'll see quite a bit of Estupiñán. He loves to attack at every available opportunity down the Ecuadorian left.
Yeah, he does love to get forward, and likewise, actually, the right-back, Preciado, like to bomb on.
Here's Caicedo, who's showing no ill effects from that heavy early challenge from Miguel.
He's a robust character, Moises Caicedo. A real box-to-box.
Flick played infield there by Bassam El Haydos, the captain of Qatar, their number 10.
He's got deeper and deeper as time's gone on. He started as a forward and now in midfield, but he does like to drift into those forward areas.
Estupiñán's ball forward is repelled, collected by Karim Boudiaf, and then swept away by Bassam El Rawi. Qatar's players is seeming to settle a little bit after that flurry of activity.
Yeah, Boudiaf trying to get on the ball in the centre of the pitch. He's a real calming presence, and they need that as well. Just try and get some composure in their game.
Estupiñán sends it forward, the header down by Valencia, and it was just a little too far in front of Gonzalo Plata. Imam Ahmed, one of those coming into the team, playing on the left-hand side of the defence. Shaped on that throw in, Caicedo was hoping that it would fall his way. Sent out wide by Jackson Mendes. Here's Estupiñán. Support on the near side, and Romario Ibarra. Ecuador so close to giving themselves the perfect platform at the start of this game with a goal inside 3 minutes. Once more, they've decided that the goalkeeper Al-Sheed not terribly comfortable with the ball in the air.
Clearly something they've identified. They've hit that long ball a couple of times already and delivered a couple of crosses into the area.
Little layoff there by Ibarra. Estupiñán. Almost a perfect ball, but Pedro Miguel able to send it away. He'll be under pressure again here, and there'll be a free kick for the challenge coming in on Valencia.
There's another chance for Ecuador to throw the ball into the area. And Valencia, a lively start to the game.
Pervis Estupiñán will take this free kick. A thicket of players there on the edge of the penalty area for referee Daniele Orsato to keep his eye on.
Qatari defence trying to keep the ball away from the goalkeeper.
Estupiñán in. Ball repelled by Boudiaf. Preciado away to the far side. Gonzalo Plata now with the first run at the defence. Good defensive play there by Abdul Karim Hassan.
Well, they're looking to outnumber Qatar in the wide areas. They've had some early joy. Well tracked on this occasion.
Yeah, did well there. First time we've seen Plata have a real run at the defence. Plata, who plays his football in Spain with Real Valladolid. And it will be a corner. Very positive start made by Ecuador here in this opening match. More pressure there for Ulem Kuki and the home defence to deal with.
Yeah, Ecuador have been tipped by many to perhaps a surprise package at this World Cup, and they've started this game well.
The referee spotted something not entirely to his liking in the vicinity of the penalty spot. Remember, it was Valencia who got his head on the ball to put it into the net in the 3rd minute. It's Gonzalo Plata who will take this corner.
Somewhat surprising. They haven't got anybody on the goalkeeper. You would think after the nervous start that he's had to the game, you try and disrupt him. Now all of a sudden they do.
They do, and it's Caicedo. Saad Al-Sheib is being protected by one of his defenders, Bassam El-Rawi. Whipped in towards that near post area, but dealt with well by the Qatari defence. 12 minutes in, goalless in this opening match of the World Cup. Ecuador with a goal disallowed early in the game for what can only be a very tight offside call.
I was about to say, the tightest of offside calls.
Estupinian. Collected here by Piero Incapié. Very highly regarded young defender. He's 20 years of age. He's got a good partnership with Felix Torres in the middle at the back. It was wayward there from Torres on this occasion, though. Let's have a look at this offside decision here, Matt. It has to be really close.
Yeah, it does. Goalkeeper comes a long way. Doesn't get anything on the ball. When the header comes in, the offside is, oh, he's just a fraction off, isn't he? It's a leg off.
He's offside by a lower leg. Technology, very good these days. We have a chip inside the ball, suspended inside the match ball. We've actually seen it in operation, and it notices that the slightest touch of the ball, and it registers like a little heartbeat on the screen. So they know when to call offside or not, because the acceleration of the ball is marked as soon as it's touched when the kick is taken and it's sent forward.
It's excellent technology.
Well, then Valencia denied what would have been a 4th World Cup goal. Interception made there by Caicedo. A lovely ball forward, collected by Michael Estrada. And Qatar's defence have been opened up again here. Referee has a look. Referee points to the penalty spot. And once more, it's Valencia racing through, causing all sorts of problems for the home defence.
Well, I don't think there's any debate. Ecuador has started really bright. This is a lovely move as well. Right through the phases. And the goalkeeper, who's already made one early mistake, has come out and made another. Goes to ground early. Can't get anywhere near the ball. Gets plenty of Valencia. The referee took a while to make the decision, but he's got it absolutely right.
Straightforward decision for referee Daniele Orsato. And Ecuador with the perfect opportunity here to take the lead, a lead which they thought they had very early in the game, but for which they fell foul of what was a tight offside call. Valencia hopes to have the ball in the net for the 2nd time this evening already. Only this time it would count. Valencia for Ecuador. It's 1-0. This time the goal will count, and Ecuador can celebrate. And their captain leads from the front once again. Their record goal scorer does it once more.
Celebration, take two.
And now Ecuador do have their platform for the rest of the evening.
It's the coolest of penalties, isn't it, from Enner Valencia under immense pressure. He really has had an eventful start to this game. Thought he'd put Ecuador ahead very early on, only to see it ruled out for offside.
That was the most casually, confidently dispatched penalty you are likely to see. With the eyes of the world upon him, it was as though he was playing down the park with his friends.
I think his heart rate was lower than mine when he was taking that. Very cool.
Valencia with his 4th World Cup goal. He is now Ecuador's all-time leading goal scorer in the finals. Agustin Delgado, the other player he previously held the record with, he'd scored 3 as well, but it's Valencia's alone now. And here come Qatar looking to respond. Pedro Miguel into the penalty area. That's the first time they'd ventured anywhere near Hernan Galindez's goal.
Yeah.
It was a foul from Saad Al-Sheib that led to the penalty kick, and he has gone into the referee's book.
He's had a really tough start to the game. And into the match at all, and that's their 2 best players at the top end of the pitch.
I don't think we've mentioned Akram Afif, have we, so far?
Hasn't seen the ball. He's their most creative player. He's got license to roam, try and get on the ball. But they've hardly had it, so it's been really difficult for him to get into the match.
Yeah, so much of the play in. Penalty from Enner Valencia, only the 3rd goal that Ecuador have scored in the last 7 matches. Here's Estupiñán now putting pressure on again, and it was so nearly number 2. The referees awarded a free kick there for the challenge on the goalkeeper.
Well, they're working this left-hand channel really well. Ibarra is narrowing off on the left-hand side of midfield. It's leaving that space for Estupiñán to get forward. This time he's just gone a fraction early, just offside. The play's been taken back for that. But already you can see the worry that the 2 fullbacks for Ecuador are causing Qatar.
That tremendous height on that delivery there from Estupiñán. It was Michael Estrada going for it in the air. And a painful landing for both of them. But you have to say, Matt, that at this stage so far, Ecuador look very threatening every time they go forward.
Yeah, they do. Got the 2 fullbacks. They've got license to get forward. They've got a good base. Mendes is just holding in midfield, which is allowing those 2 fullbacks to get forward.
Much to ponder for Felix Sanchez, the coach of Qatar.
Yeah, he said that they've got a lot of technically gifted players. He felt physically they might struggle. And we saw early on, didn't we, with the set piece and how it caused Qatar lots of problems.
And they could have more problems here. Yellow shirts in and around the home team penalty area. It's cleared away by Abdel Karim Hassan. But Qatar struggling to get their foot on the ball here in the opening 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's been difficult for them. Not been able to get on the ball at all.
1-0 then to Ecuador. We're not quite at the midway point of the first half, but for any latecomers to the coverage, Matt, I think that's at least a fair reflection on what we've seen so far.
Could have been worse for the host nation. Just been the dominance of Ecuador in the early stages.
Qatar again just giving the ball away cheaply, and there will be another card here. And Valencia, the goal scorer, on the end of that challenge. Here it is again, and it's Al-Moizali, who I think possibly born of frustration as much as anything else. He's not seen the ball. He hasn't had a chance to do anything with it.
I was about to say, it says a lot about how they've started this game, that he's having to come so deep and help out in midfield to try and get on the ball. I mean, he does work hard. He is someone that perhaps does have his work at times by dropping into midfield.
So we're almost a quarter of the way through the match, and Al-Moizali, who is such a key player for Qatar, has only touched the ball 4 times. Here come Ecuador once again, a prodigious lead by Estrada, covered by El Heidos, but again, Qatar losing the ball. More pressure here from Ecuador, who are, you get the impression, Matt, that they're looking for the opportunity to potentially put this game to bed in the first half.
Yeah, and put the ball into the area early as well. Early crosses into the box. They've been very good. Played at a good tempo, controlled possession.
No surprise there to see 58% of the play under the control of Ecuador. 12% contested possession. Here's Pervis Estupinian. Collected now by Estrada. I think throw for Qatar.
You see sometimes when Ecuador have the ball, Mendes just drops into the middle of the defence actually, makes it a 3, which allows the 2 wing-backs to full-backs to get forward for Ecuador, and they love to do that as well. Great energy.
Really all of the play in this phase of the match taking place in. So Ecuador leading by a goal to 0. Penalty from Enner Valencia. First time the opening goal of the World Cup finals has come from the penalty spot. Here's Hassan. Rare touch of the ball there for Akram Afif, and as you suggested there, Matt, that the forward players are just having to come deeper and deeper to try and get a touch of the ball.
It's been such a nervous start to the game from them. They've been working so hard. Multiple training camps, the preparation's been good, but you can't account for the opening day of a World Cup. And what it does to you.
Cleared away by Preciado, and almost a chance to break. Stepping in there at the back was Kuki for Qatar, and it will be a free kick for Ecuador for. Challenge on Angelo Preciado.
He's had a good start to the game, Preciado. Looks like Estupinian on the other side. Seen a lot of the ball.
Flick from Pedro Miguel. Estupinian. Players and for the country.
It's a big moment. He puffs his cheeks out there. Felix Sanchez. knows it's been a tough start for them.
It's Torres with the initial header, little flick in from Estupinian, and there's a real confidence about the way Ecuador are knocking the ball around. Estupinian is looking for Mario Ibarra.
There's so much pressure, and they've struggled. To live up to it.
Estupinian.
Meanwhile, it hasn't phased Ecuador, has it? Because they're a young team as well. Fresh team, plenty of energy about them.
Yeah, they were the youngest of the South American teams to qualify. Their average age during the qualification process was under 26. That's Torres sending it forward up towards Valencia. Ball well won by Kuki at the back. Opportunistic.
They've really not been afraid, Ecuador, of playing long early.
Well, they've waited a long time. It's been some build-up, hasn't it? All the planning and preparation. And finally, it's here for Qatar and their players. And a yellow card for Moises Caicedo.
He's a robust midfielder. Likes a challenge. Do both sides of the game well. He gets that one wrong.
He's done well, hasn't he? Because in the middle of Brighton's midfield in England, in the Premier League, he replaced Yves Bissouma, the Malian international, and has just taken to that role like a duck to water. He's only 21, just as he has with the national team, it must be said, over the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's been excellent. Didn't he on his debut, man mark Lionel Messi?
He did. Messi did score, but it was from a penalty.
So he didn't do too bad.
No. Absolutely. It's Abdel Karim Hassan. And again he breaks down for the home team.
Just can't keep the ball. Can't string a sequence of passes together.
Preciado with this throw-in. He was the first choice at the start of the qualifying campaign. I think he'll be a bit relieved to be in the starting 11. He's not been playing that regularly for his club side in the lead up to these World Cup finals. And we're half an hour into this opening match at the FIFA World Cup. And a penalty from Enner Valencia separates the two sides. The alarming statistic for the hosts is that they haven't actually touched the ball inside Ecuador's penalty area so far.
We're up against a team who are dictating in all areas, dictating the tempo of the match. You'll be delighted with the start that this team have made.
This is such a big game for both of them, isn't it? I mean, it goes without saying, of course, with it being the opening game, but the fact that Senegal and the Netherlands are the other two teams in the group tells you all you need to know about the pressure to get some points in the bag in this one. Here's Caicedo, back into Preciado. Decent looking ball, it's two!
He's on the move. He's got the ability to find that corner.
Absolutely no chance for Saad Al-Sheikh. Perfectly placed by Valencia. He's had the ball in the net 3 times in this first half. But it's 2-0 to Ecuador. And you can't say on what we've seen that they don't deserve it.
They've been excellent. Absolutely excellent. Right from the off. Confident move. Moving the ball well. Playing with pace. Been able to get their fullbacks forward.
Well, it was a cracking header, and Qatar have a real problem here.
They're obviously wedded to the 5-3-2 system, Qatar. It feels as though already in the early stages, they've worked on it for so long, they're unable to change it, and you feel as though they need to.
FIFA come deeper to collect the ball, and they're reduced to what was a very, very optimistic effort there from Abdul Karim Hassan. Here's Enner Valencia. He's been the star of the show so far in this opening match. This is his latest effort, and what a great header it was.
Yeah, it was. They've just been unable to stop the cross, though. They've got to get tighter. And they've got to get tighter to Enner Valencia as well. Had the ball in the back of the net 3 times. Only 2 have counted. But that's to add to the 3 he got in the 2014 World Cup.
As the inquest started among the Qatari defence, the celebrations were fully underway in the South American corner. And that's Estrada who has gone down. The referee will... More defending for the Maroons to do here. But what a start for Latri. In it comes from Estupinian. Gonzalo Plata unable to bring it under control. Crossfield ball from El Heidos. He was...
Backs.
Here's Pervis Estupinian, who's seen plenty of the ball in the first half, as we thought he might.
But look at the time they've got, the time and space that they've got. No pressure on the ball.
Touch in this first half for Hernan Galindez. Ecuador's goal. Keeper. Estrada. That was Valencia clipped, and another yellow card. This time for Karim Boudiaf.
hat-trick already in the opening game.
Well, he looks like a man who's got plenty on his plate, I have to say.
Shell-shocked.
Club and country, but there is a certain amount of sharing of playing time that has to go on. It's unusual that we'd find the top two for a country both playing for the same club side. That's the case here. This is Miguel. No joy against Estupinian, who just bided his time and then brought Romario Ibarra into the play. Here's Moises Caicedo. A lovely pass. Just picking their way through the Qatari team here, and surging forward was Valencia, losing out on this occasion, and it will be a free kick for the challenge on Bassam El Rawi.
Just finding space in all areas, aren't they? Moises Caicedo picked that ball up in the middle of the pitch with absolutely nobody within 15 yards of him. Slightly over-eager from Enner Valencia.
Well, he had an excellent World Cup in 2014, the last time Ecuador at the finals. Valencia, he scored against the Swiss, and he got 2 goals in a win against Honduras as well, and 2 already at these finals. There shows you everything you wanted to know, Matt.